Okay, on the leather today, I have Ucos Classic Candle Lantern. Uco popped on the scene in 1971, and their original lanterns were made in aluminum. Aluminum's okay. I prefer brass. I just like the look of it. So I picked one of these up. They're considerably more expensive. The aluminum ones run about 20 to 25 depending on the finish now, because you can get them anodized or even powder coated. The brass, I think, will come in different colors, but like I said, I prefer the original brass. They collapse up. This is how they come and are carried. I would highly recommend getting the padded neoprene case. It helps protect the globe, the glass globe in here. The candles will burn a considerable length of time, I think up to 6 hours. There's 3 different types. You have the white wax, you have beeswax, and you have citronella. They're usually sold in packs of 3. You can buy them in packs of 12. And they're fairly easy to maintain. To change it, you pull the base out with a turn, pull the spring out, your candle just pops in and out, and you have your base. So to change the candle, you put that in. A little clumsy this morning. Turn the base back on, and to light it, it's the same sort of mess. You light your candle, which I'm using a Titan lighter. Stick it back in there, and there's your, that's what it is. Now I carry one of these in the car because I tell everybody to, I carry a different version, but I carry one of these in the car because I tell everybody to carry a candle in the car, especially in the winter. Well, with this, you can actually hang it, and you can hang it off like your rearview mirror or set it on your dash or something like that, and you'll still get the heat off of it, but it's pretty well protected. Because one of the things I tell people is a candle in a can to set it in the car. If you get trapped or stuck in a car, then you'll have that in there, and granted it's a little flame, it's a little heat source, but inside a vehicle it'll raise the temperature somewhat. It won't be exactly what you're used to in your home or everything like that, but it will keep you alive if you have to. The other thing is it'll provide a bit of light and save your batteries on your flashlight or your car for more important things like starting the vehicle if you have to every now and again. And the flashlight for signaling and things along that line. You know, most people don't like sitting in the dark, and this will light the windows of the car quite nicely so it can be seen also. But this one from Uco, the brass, runs about 40 when I looked it up. These are a bit extra. You can get them as kits, and if you get, the other thing I do recommend is a reflector, and Uco sells these, and they just sit on the back and reflect some of the candle light this way from the reflector to provide a little more illumination. These are, they're a candle. It won't light up a room like your LED bulbs or anything like that. What it'll allow you to do with, like, the power's out and you're in your house or whatever, it'll light up the room to where you can see what's going on so you don't trip over stuff. You can find things if you need it. You might be able to read if your eyes are good and you want a headache. I can read with it. It's not overly comfortable. Most of the, if you're doing work, you know, like back 100, 200 years ago, you'll be working right here. You can sit around and see people in a conversation, of which, yeah, I realize most people don't do that anymore, but there it is. These are well worth getting. The replaceable globes, everything's pretty well replaceable. They're easy to maintain, and inside this, they're actually pretty handy. I know people that carry them in packs. I tend to keep one around. They're a cheap, easy light. I do have an addition to this that I really love, and I haven't found it online again. They offer it and bring it out every now and again. It is the oil lamp, the oil candle edition that goes in where the candle's at. What you do is, okay, they're really easy to put in, and they burn for a really fair length of time. I've got several of them. I wish I'd have bought more because I can't find them online now. But you take your candle out and pop it off the base. We'll let the wax harden up there. Then you reach in your spring. It snaps into 2 plastic slots. So you pop it out and you put those somewhere where you know they're safe. And that just twists in. And what this is, it's a reservoir. You pour lamp oil in it, or better yet, the liquid paraffin. You pour into that, let it soak the wick quite nicely, seal it up, and you take the cap off and light it. But this will fit in once it's lit. You set it in there like that. This is my preferred method of things because I don't like carrying liquid fuel, but for this I would. A small bottle of liquid paraffin isn't cheap, but they burn quite a long time. If you can find one of these, I highly recommend it. So this is my little kit for my Ucos lantern. This is a Ucos Classic brass, and with the candle burning, I'll get the lights here in a second so you can see just how much light it puts out. It's a typical candle. It's not like it lights up the room with 10,000 lumens or anything, but once you adjust, it is a decent little amount of light that you can see what's going on. When it's totally black out, even a small light is welcome. If you hang on to it by the bail, you can actually use a reflector. It'll add a little bit of light to it. Again, we're in a basement, so it's dark. You can see hazards like posts and things like that, trip hazards. It doesn't light very far, but I can see this whole room. I can kind of see the general idea and shapes of many things. At least you know where it's at. But this is a nice little go-to light, and it'll save all your batteries for your other powered stuff for when you really need it. And candles keep for many, many, many years.